Hey guys, it's Chey. Welcome to the channel if you are new, and if you're not, hey boo. So for today's video, I created this beautiful look that you see. We are getting closer and closer to Thanksgiving, and I just wanted to play with the new products that I got from my Sephora haul. So if you guys have not seen that video, definitely check it out. It is a pretty big haul, so you're definitely in for a treat with that video. If you like it here, if you like my vibe, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And without any further ado, we're gonna go ahead and get into the tutorial. We are bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. We're gonna go ahead and play with the goodies that I got from my Sephora haul, starting with the lips. Oh my god, my lips are dry and crusty. This is the Dr. Dennis Gross lip treatment, and this literally is like a needle. It has like that syringe feel, like lip filler, and you just push it up and out comes the product. And I'm just gonna apply it on the lips. And this is like a lip treatment and lip plumper all in one. As you can see, the lips are nice and hydrated, and over time they will plump up. This lip product is a very comfortable one. It's not like the Too Faced lip injection where it's literally like red and pulling. It is a little tingle, but nothing that's like burning or painful. I'm gonna take this Innisfree sunscreen and apply it onto the face. I don't have any sunscreen on the face. I definitely try to wear SPF every day, and that really does help with like dark spots and things like that, and it keeps your face nice and even. So that's personally why I like using a sunscreen, just to keep everything nice and even and to fade those stubborn dark spots. So definitely use your sunscreen every day. And what I like about this Innisfree one is that, as you can see, it is definitely clear, so there's no white cast. While that's kind of marinating in the skin, I'm just gonna go ahead and do my brows. I'm gonna be using the Sephora Collection brow pencil. This is in the shade Midnight Brown. And to clean up the brows, I'm going to be taking this Sephora Collection concealer. This is the newly reformulated Best Skin Ever concealer. This is in the shade 19N. I will say this concealer pulls a little warm. It is giving very much orange, but we are going to work with that. I feel like one brow always comes out better than the other one, but we're just gonna try to make them look as similar as possible. I think they're giving like stepsisters right now, but honestly I cannot be bothered to try to make them perfect, so this is just going to have to do. I'm taking my DANESSA MYRICKS Blurring Balm Powder. This is the tinted one, obviously. This is in the shade 8.5, and I'm gonna try to use her up. What I like about this one is that it does give coverage, so I don't really have to color correct as much. And I'm using this as my primer. Right now my skin is kind of like combination skin right now, where I will still get oily, but I can't use too much mattifying products or else my skin will look dry. So I just try to be mindful and use a combination of hydrating and mattifying products. I'm gonna go ahead and prime the eyes. This is the P.LOUISE base in RUMOUR number 5. The palette that I want to play with today is a new palette to me, but it is an older launch. So I just want to prime the eyes and show you what palette we're gonna use. I'm definitely an eyes before face type of girl. And the palette today that I'm gonna be using is going to be the GLAMLITE Wonka bar. How cute is this packaging? When you open her up, it is literally like a chocolate bar. And I definitely love chocolate, so I'm just obsessed with this packaging. The color story is absolutely beautiful. This is what the color story looks like. It's definitely giving really gorgeous. I'm definitely a neutral girl, so I kind of want to play with the neutral colors. I might try to play with a couple pops over here, but for the most part, we're going to be playing on this neutral side. I'm going to be taking WONKA as my transition shade. This is a nice warm transition color, and I'm gonna put this all in the crease and slowly blend out the edges. Then for some depth, I'm gonna take this dark chocolate color right here called Coffee Cream, and I'm just going to use this to add some depth to the eye. And then I'm just going to go back and blend with that Wonkatania shade, just so that we have a nice seamless blend. Like I said, everything is blending really nicely. I really don't want to cut the crease or anything, but I do want to add some sparkle. So I'm going to start off with this shade right here called Chocolate River. And I'm just going to take my finger, and this is what it looks like. It's so pretty. And I'm just gonna take that right on the outer corner part right here. And that is really pretty and glittery. To kind of brighten the inner corner part, I want to take this PATRICKTA eyeshadow duo in Do You Know Who I Am? Okay, because I really want to use this. And I really want to take this shade right here. I'm going to go with a flat shader brush with this top color. And we are just going to add that right. Ooh, yes. Right in the inner corner. And I do like that this is really sparkly. The lashes I'm going to be using today are from Doll Beauty. This is in the style Stephanie. So I'm going to go ahead and do liner and lashes, and I'm going to finish this eye off camera, and we're going to come back for the base products. So the eyes are done, and this is what it's giving. I feel like it's definitely giving like Thanksgiving. So now we're going to go ahead and get into the skin. I really have been loving the underpainting technique. I don't have any new cream bronzers or blushes, so I'm going to be using the P.LOUISE Cheek of It liquid bronzer. This is in So Cinnamon. This is one of my favorite liquid bronzers to use. It's very lightweight and it just looks really good. It melts into the skin. It's super easy to blend out. This is like a jumbo Charlotte Tilbury magic wand, and it is pretty affordable. It does come from the UK though, so that's the only thing. It does take quite a while to come in with shipping, and then I believe that you do get tariffs on this as well, but I just love it. It's super lightweight. I'm not gonna lie, I really am loving this eye look. I didn't think that I was gonna like it. It is a little bit darker than what I normally go with, but I feel like it just is screaming like Thanksgiving glam. What are y'all's plans for Thanksgiving? Are y'all cooking? Are y'all chilling out? Are y'all doing something like big or kind of low key? For me personally, we're just gonna do something with just us three. So just me, my husband, and my daughter. Leilani's been doing really well in school actually. She's gotten all A's so far and I'm really proud of her. She has come a long way, because this time last year, Leilani was really struggling in reading, and we found out towards, you know, closer to the end of school that she does have dyslexia and she does have ADHD. So now that that's kind of gotten taken care of, she is thriving, and she also is getting extra help with her dyslexia. Honestly, for me, I never really struggled in school, so watching her just struggle so bad, and like you can't really tell like if she's faking, if she really doesn't understand what she's reading, if she's really getting the letters wrong, or if she's just like not paying attention. So that was a little bit difficult to kind of filter through. But now that we are over that, she is doing amazing and I'm so proud of her. For foundation, I'm going to be using this Sephora collection Best Skin Ever. Now, this is the older version. They did reformulate this and I still have this full bottle. This was just a backup that I had in my collection and I just didn't want to go out and buy a new one when I still had this one. I am in the shade 44Y. I'm not really sure what this will convert to, but I did hear that the conversions weren't actually accurate. And honestly, I'm not trying to spend forever and a day trying to match a foundation, especially because the nearest Sephora near me is literally like an hour away. So I'm just using what's in my collection. And this is what the old formulation it looks like. It is a little bit on the thicker side and it is a little warm. Because the blurring balm powder kind of mattifies the skin, I'm going to add a little bit of glow to this foundation. I'm going to be taking my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Filter. This is in the shade 6.5 Deep, and I'm just going to kind of mix that with the foundation. And this is what the Flawless filter looks like. So as you can see, it is more on the neutral side. So I'm just going to mix those two together. And I'm just going to apply that on the skin. I am taking that foundation brush that I used to apply the primer and I'm going to use this to blend out the face. I am going to dip a little bit into the foundation on the back of my hand. And we're just gonna tap this in. Now, this is a really beautiful foundation. And it is very skin-like. But as you can see, it's all blending out really nicely. I did pump out a full pump of foundation. I definitely won't use it all. I'll probably use only like what I applied on the face because I feel like I got really great coverage. And the skin is just looking nice and juicy. For me personally, when I underpaint, I like to go under foundation and on top because I'm definitely a bronzer girl. And as you can see, it literally just melts into the skin. Okay. Now we're on to concealer, and I'm going to be taking the new Best Skin Ever concealer. Now I did use this to clean up the brows, but we're going to start with this shade and then we're going to brighten it up. Taking 19N, I'm just going to apply this underneath the eye. I'm going to start with the eyes first because I did notice that this concealer does dry down pretty fast. I'm not sure if it's because of the primer or if it's really just that formula. I'm just going to take a sponge and blend her out, and it blends seamlessly with a sponge. I did find that it was a little bit harder to blend with a brush, so a sponge is definitely the way to go with this concealer. So I will say it's a lot different from the old version because the old version was definitely more hydrating and I felt like it had a little bit more coverage. I feel like this is still like more of a natural finish. I would like a little bit more coverage in concealer, but for like every day this is fine. I'm trying to find like something new to watch. I did finish watching Selling Sunset, the new season, and I also watched Beauty and Black, and those are really good. I'm kind of disappointed in Selling Sunset. I felt like this season was just like a flop, and they were just grasping for things to just start drama unnecessarily, and then they like bypassed things that they actually needed to talk about and address. I definitely don't like how they fired Nicole because I felt like Chriselle and Nicole were both wrong. So it just sucks that she, you know, left and is working in Nashville. but sometimes you gotta remove yourself from toxic work environment. I felt like she just came on too strong with trying to start drama. I definitely don't really like Sandra because she's definitely trying to start drama. I'm gonna brighten the under eyes using 14Y from the Sephora collection Best Skin Ever Concealer. And this is a lot lighter. Y'all know I love a bright under eye, so if you are scared of a bright under eye, this step is not for you, but it's definitely for me. And I just like to add that pop right there. And for cream blush, I'm taking this one from P.LOUISE in So Sweetheart. So it's the same as the liquid bronzer, but in a liquid blush. Yeah, as far as Selling Sunset, I don't know if I'm gonna watch it. Just because I really was not a fan of the reunion. During the reunion, Amanda said like her and Nicole did things together and then retracted that at the reunion. So it's like, I don't really know what to believe. Honestly, when it comes to like the accusations that are being made, like I don't believe like you should play about someone's reputation when it regards to like criminal history or like drug use or anything like that. So I really didn't appreciate Chrishell bringing that up, but I mean, she did it at the end of the day. Mary's beef with Chelsea is just ridiculous. Like, I don't understand it, why she is coming for Chelsea. Like, to come for her outfit, first of all, is crazy because most of those girls have worn worse things. So I just don't understand why they were singling her out, and especially she did that in front of Brett and Jason, who she's buddies with, which she knew what she was doing. You don't go to the boss about that type of stuff when you could easily have a conversation with her about it. So I thought that was crazy. I ended up just squirting that blush on my hand and working off of that because I felt like the puff was just soaking up the product. And with me having like darker skin, it really wasn't showing up the way I wanted, but I was able to build up the blush how I want. So now we're gonna go ahead and set the under eyes. I'm gonna be taking this setting powder from Huda Beauty. This is in the shade Pink Pumpkin, and we're gonna try out the pink shade underneath the eyes. So I really like that you get 2-in-1 with this component. This is what Pink Velvet Cookie looks like. So it looks really pretty. I'm gonna just make sure the under eyes are nice and blended out before powder. And I'm just gonna use this to set the under eye. I'm not really gonna bake. And you can definitely tell it is a little bit pink. It definitely is neutralizing my under eye, so it's not anything that's going to brighten. I do have a new bronzer that I want to use, and that is from House Labs. So I have the shades Acacia Ember and Jatoba Sun. We're going to start with Acacia Ember, and if I want some depth, then we'll go into Jatoba Sun. So I just don't understand what Mary's deal is with Chelsea. Like, the whole flower scene really didn't make any sense, because when the flowers arrived, her and Brie were just like, oh, who sent the flowers? That's so nice. The flowers are so pretty. And then when they saw who it was from, it was like, ew, the flowers are ugly, and why would you do that? And I thought that was just really wild and crazy. And at this point, it's very clear that they're just trying to grasp and make drama, and they're just like commiserating together just because they don't like Chelsea. And honestly, I don't feel like Brie's beef with Chelsea is really that deep, because Chelsea just said what everyone on the cast was thinking, and she was the only one that had the guts to say it to her face. So you would think that she would respect her more, but you know, they say, you know, that saying, don't shoot the messenger, but the messenger always gets shot. So it is just unfortunate, because Brie is really pretty. She seems like she would be honestly like a cool girl, but just this beef is just out of hand. And I think Chelsea's just mad too, because of how everything went down with them trying to use her marriage in regards to her husband allegedly cheating as a storyline and bringing it up on camera. But I mean, if you're gonna talk about families, you know, you're opening the floodgates of something else to happen. So I'm not really sure like why it's so much contention. I am sad to see Chrishell leave. I'm just glad Chrishell is leaving while she can, because I feel like after this, the seasons are just gonna go downhill. I feel like it was kind of wrong of them to try to like gang up on Chrishell at the reunion about how she feels about Emma's boyfriend. I'm not sure if they're still dating or not, but I'm just taking Jatoba's son and just adding a little bit more depth. I feel like just when you're not friends with someone and you just feel like it's over, like you have the right to like let people know like what the deal is, and like if that's really how he is, then you know, for people to understand why she's so not a fan of him, I felt like that was important for her to let the people know. So for them to be mad that she put it on social media, it is what it is. If he really didn't say those things and all of that, she wouldn't even have anything to post. So they are mad at the wrong thing, to me, in my opinion. I had some packages delivered, so that's why the dogs were barking, going crazy. But we're gonna go ahead and set and bake the rest of the face. I'm gonna be using this powder from GLAMLITE. This is their Bake and Set powder in Banana Cream Pie. Even though they were saying they weren't trying to defend Blake for his actions, and she's saying like she doesn't condone it, but then it's like you can't say what he's doing is crazy. Like she's like, I don't condone whatever his beliefs or whatever. You're admitting that he did say those things, and you are standing up for him and defending him by just like ignoring that. So I just thought that was just pointless. I feel like she was just more embarrassed because that's the type of person that he is, and it's giving very much just like, okay, you like him because he has money. Okay, I'm not mad at you, girl. Like, do that. But if you're saying that this guy is not a reflection of you, then what are you doing with him? Like, you have no business being with him. But, you know, people do, you know, see the glitz and glamour of things, and they tend to just let those red flags go. And Chrishell is just like trying to show her the red flags, but she doesn't want to see it. And honestly, that's not Chrishell's battle to fight. And, you know, it's kind of hard when you have a friend that is with a guy that she shouldn't be, or with a person that they shouldn't be with. But at the end of the day, if that's your friend, you support them regardless. You just let them know like, hey, I don't agree with these things. And, you know, you make yourself known that one time, like what you don't like. To constantly just like berate him and things, like I would just keep my distance, honestly. And now she doesn't have to worry about that. I definitely feel like Chrishell is doing the best for her, and I feel like she is trying to focus on her journey to motherhood. And honestly, doing the show is just really stressful, so I did think it was a good move that she left the show. I really want to play with this blush palette from NARS. This is the New Realm blush palette. Honestly, NARS did their big one with this packaging. I love that it is textured and raised. The blushes are so pretty. I'm just gonna mix all three. And I'm just gonna focus this right up here. That is gorgeous. That is a stunning blush combo. I definitely want to add this blush topper right here called Dark Love. And I just want to add this right here on the cheek. And it is very glittery. And this is kind of what the cheeks are looking like. And let me know what else is worth watching. I don't really like anything too gory or like crazy. I am excited about the Wicked Part 2 coming out. I'm really excited. Me and Lonnie are gonna go watch it whenever it comes out. We're gonna go ahead and finish up this lower lash line. I actually want to take this shade right here called Lollipop and run that underneath the lash line. It is more like a mauve color. I'm going to take this Too Faced Killer Liner in Killer Chocolate to line my waterline. And these are really pigmented. Now, this color to me gives more burgundy than chocolate, but maybe that's just me. But yeah, I love the holiday season. I don't know, the holidays just feel magical. I feel like I'm behind when it comes to like holiday shopping. Let me know if you guys are feeling like you're behind. I still have to get matching Christmas pajamas for the family, and then we got to start our shopping for baby girl. I'm really thankful that she really doesn't want a lot, so she's just such a simple child. I'm going back into that dark brown called Coffee Cream, and I'm just going to stamp that on the lash line. To dust away this bake, I'm going to be taking this under eye brightener from Pink Honey. This is in the shade Soft Sunshine. And I'm just going to use this to dust off that bake. And going back into Do You Know Who I Am, I'm just taking that right in the inner corner, just to add that glitter and bring the sparkle. I feel like it's not a holiday look if it doesn't involve glitter. I did get this NARS highlighter from Ulta. This is their light reflecting illuminating powder. Now this is the shade Ophelia, and it is so gorgeous. And I'm going to use this for my nose highlight. It's so pretty. Gonna just add this on the tip of the nose and just like right here on the bridge. Now it's time to line the lips. I'm just taking this Juvia's Place lip liner in the shade Cocoa Latte. This is more of a cool tone lip liner, but it's really nice when you want to sculpt the lips. For my lip color today, I'm going to be taking this Anastasia Lip Velvet. This is in the shade Kiss. And we're going to see how this looks with a dark lip liner. Now, normally I don't really go this dark with lip liner, but we are trying something different. So these lip velvets are really blurring. And they're really pigmented, so you don't need a lot. And I'm going to add a little bit of gloss. I'm just going to take this shade right here from Fenty. This is Sweet Mouth. And I'm just going to add this on top. To lock everything in, I'm going to be taking this DANESSA MYRICKS Liquid Blurring Balm Setting Spray. And I'm going to use this to lock everything in. With this setting spray, you want to let it dry down a little bit, and then you actually want to press it into the skin with a powder puff, so I can feel it like settling a little bit. And I'm just taking my powder puff and tapping off any excess residue, and I'm just pressing that into the face. And as you can see, it is nice and blurred. Like, the face was already giving filter, but now everything is like butter, okay? It's giving literally filter. And this is what the final look is giving. I definitely feel like I'm in the holiday spirit. I feel like this is definitely giving Thanksgiving. I did paint my nails like a darker cranberry color, and I feel like this is just giving. Let's get into my thoughts on these products. Starting with this Wonka bar, I really do like the concept of it. It is a beautiful, beautiful color story. I do like that you get pops of color, and I do like the neutral tones. The only thing that I would change in this palette is that the dark brown, I wish it was a little bit darker. I feel like it definitely pulled more on the purpley side. I wish it was a little bit like more like dark chocolate, like cool tone, and like almost like a black. But other than that, I'm really happy with how this eye look came out. This PATRICKTA eyeshadow duo in Do You Know Who I Am is absolutely gorgeous. I really love that it gave this look that extra sparkle, extra wetness, and I really was trying not to love this product, but I absolutely do. I do have the gunmetal shade coming in as well. Let's talk about these Haus Lab Power Sculpt bronzers. I did pick up 2 shades, so we have Acacia Ember and Jatoba Sun. I will say with these bronzers, it is a very buildable formula. I feel like if I was just to use Acacia Ember on its own, I would really have to build it up to get the intensity that I want. And then with Jatoba Sun, I feel like it is a little bit more on the red side for me. So I feel like just mixing them is something that I just have no choice to do. Hopefully they'll be able to extend their shade range and come up with a shade in between this that's more neutral. And now that I'm coming into my winter shade, I feel like I'm definitely going to be getting more use out of Acacia Ember. Let's talk about the Sephora collection newly reformulated Best Skin Ever concealer. I personally am not a fan of the dry down time. I feel like it's not a super full coverage concealer, so that is a little bit of a bummer for me. I do like how everything blended out, and I do like how my under eyes are looking currently. I'm just gonna keep playing with them to get my final thoughts on them, but so far this is just an okay concealer. This one just isn't doing it for me. I definitely think besides the eyes that the cheeks are definitely the star of the show. Even just like the highlighter part, it is very blurring and very smoothing, and I'm really happy with this product. Look, I feel like this blush palette really complemented this makeup look. With this Huda Beauty Pink Pumpkin Setting Powder, this did not give any brightness to the skin whatsoever. It's definitely going to neutralize the under eye. Even though I only used the pink shade, I feel like even mixing the orange in it is really just going to give you that everyday face. And personally, I do like a brighter under eye, so I'm not too happy that it did darken my under eyes, but I do like that soft flush pink underneath the eye, so I'm not too mad at it. I do like the innovation with this that you do get 2 powders in one, and this NARS Ophelia highlighter is absolutely gorgeous. I feel like I just want to drown in this highlighter. It's so perfect. And last but not least is this Anastasia Lip Velvet in the shade Kiss. And honestly, I love how this lip combo turned out. Thank you guys for staying to the end of this video, and let me know what you guys think about the products that I use, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.